everyone, it's Sarah and welcome to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the Queen Anne's scarf. The Queen Anne crochet technique is made by joining half circles with a fun edge. There are many different ways to do the actual Queen Anne's lace, but I'm going to show you my take on it today. And this technique is really fun because you can make belts, headbands, you can make these and trim skirts, bags, hats, or you can make a scarf like we're going to do today. The one we're going to make today is made with leftover ombre red heart super saver pink yarn. We'll talk more about yarn in just a minute. Now you can find this free crochet pattern on my blog, and as always I'll put that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. To make a Queen Anne's lace scarf, you're going to need about 3 ounces of any medium weight number 4 yarn. This one is made with the Red Heart Ombre Super Saver, and I love how the ombre works with this pattern. But you can use any medium weight number 4 yarn. This is also acrylic since it's Red Heart Super Saver. But it's beautiful with solids, variegated, striped, whatever you want to use. And it might be a good idea if you went ahead and just grabbed some leftover medium weight number 4 yarn just to practice the technique as we go until you get a good handle on it. It's not hard, it's just different. We're going to be stitching today with our eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need your scissors, and then of course you'll need a needle for weaving in those ends. If you make the scarf according to the pattern that I have written, you're going to get a scarf that's about 4 inches wide and about 48 inches long. Each one of these repeat half circles measures about 4 inches itself. But you can see how they're laid and stitched back and forth to form the Queen Anne's lace technique. To begin, we're going to start with our slip knot, and we're going to chain 4. We're going to join this chain 4 into a circle, so we'll take the tail of our yarn and put it over our hook and pull it through. We'll snug that down, and then we'll tie that stay knot so that our chain 4 loop doesn't come undone. We're going to place our hook in the loop, pull up a loop, and chain 4. This chain 4 counts as our first triple stitch. Now we're going to stitch 11 more triple crochet stitches. 2 wraps on our hook, go in, pull up a loop. There'll be 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, and go through the third 2. So we have a chain 4 that counts as our first and 1 triple. And we're going to stitch 10 more, so we have 12 triples. All right, let me see how many I have stitched. Here's my chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Guess we'll do that again since it slipped off my hook. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more makes 12. So now I have 12 triple stitches. Let's move that tail out of the way. And this is beginning to form our first half circle of our Queen Anne's lace. So we have 12 triple crochet stitches. We're going to chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch and chain 4. We're going to single crochet in that same stitch. Now we'll go to the next stitch. We'll single crochet and chain 4 and single crochet in the same stitch, and we'll repeat this all the way around on all those stitches. Single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 4, and single crochet in the same stitch. And repeat. Single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in the same stitch. And we'll repeat this all the way around. I have repeated single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in each stitch, and we're going to have 11 because the last stitch, which is our chain 3, we're just going to single crochet in that chain 3 stitch that counts as our first double crochet on that row. So you'll have 11 of those little chain 4 bumps. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn and we're going to slip stitch in that first loop on that row. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to turn our work again. This chain 4 will count as 1 triple, and we're going to stitch 11 more in this loop that we made. One, oops, 2 and 3. So that chain 4 counted as our first triple, and we're stitching 11 more, so we'll have 12 triples in that loop that we made. So I've got my chain 4 and 11 more triples, so that counts as 12 triple stitches. And now we're going to join to this circle that we made over here. So we'll go in, pull up a loop, and just slip stitch and chain 1. And this is how we join our loops together. All right? So now we're going to turn our work, and we're going to work across this side, stitching those same stitches that we did on this side. So we'll go right in that first stitch and stitch a single crochet and chain 4. We'll single crochet in the same stitch, and repeat across. Single crochet, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the same stitch. Single crochet in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the same stitch. And we'll do this exactly like we did over here, working in the 11 stitches and then single crochet in that last. So I single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in the first 11, and then I single crocheted in the last stitch. So I have 11 just like I do over here, and then the single crochet. And so what you're going to do is continue to repeat this, working back and forth. I'm going to do one more so that you get an idea of how it works. All right, we're going to chain 4. We're going to turn, join to that first loop with a slip stitch, and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to turn back. We're going to stitch 11 triples because our chain 4 counted as our first. I stitched those 11 triples plus my chain 4 equals 12. We're going to slip stitch in the center of the previous half circle and chain 1. We'll turn our work, and then we'll again do single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, just like we did on the other ones. So single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the next. And we'll repeat this till we have 11, and then we'll single crochet in our last stitch. So I stitched those 11 repeats of single crochet, chain 4, and single crochet, and then I single crocheted in my last stitch and chained 4. And that's the way the Queen Anne's lace scarf works. You're basically repeating row 4 and row 5 over and over again. You'll do your chain 4 and your 12, total of 12, counting that chain 4, triples. Then you'll do your single crochet, chain 4, single crochet around, which would be this way. Then you'll repeat the chain 4, join to the loop, turn again, and again repeat those 11 triples plus your chain 4, which counts as your triple stitch. I really recommend that you watch it over and over until you get comfortable with that turn, because that turn is where it can be tricky. Because you chain 4, I'm going to show you again one more time. You join with a slip stitch to the first loop and then chain 4. This chain 4 counts as your first triple because you're going to turn your work again and stitch your triples in this loop. All right, once you get all 12 stitched, because remember our chain 4 counts as our first, so you need to stitch 11. And then once you get all 12 stitched, you'll join to the next circle. And then you'll turn and stitch your bumps again. All right, it's just a basic stitching of row 4 and row 5 over and over again until it's the length that you need. Now just to repeat, let me check my notes on those measurements. One repeat measures approximately 4 inches. But remember, you're repeating, overlapping. And in order to get a scarf that's about 40 inches long, you're going to need to have 23 of these half circles. All right, so we've done 3, so you'll need to repeat this 20 more times or more if you want a longer scarf. So here is the scarf that I was working on. I have 23 repeats or half circles, and I do love how the variegated moved from a light pink to a nice dark cherry pink. So I've done my last row of single crochet, chain 4 single crochets, and now I'm going to single crochet in that last stitch and tie off. And then you just take your needle and weave that in. And I'm going to go right down that stitch. And I actually barely had enough yarn to complete this project. This is the end of it. So I was playing a little bit of yarn chicken, as they say. All right, so I'm just going to weave that in and tie that off. And my scarf is all ready to be worn. I do want to tell you one thing that happens sometimes with this particular pattern. What happens is it might get just a little bit curly on you because we're putting a lot of stitches on each of those curves. And if it ends up being just a little bit curly, what I do is I lay it out flat on a bath towel, and then I spritz it with just a little bit of water, and I don't get it soaking wet. I just spritz it. Just a light spritzing of water, nothing else, and I'll lay it out flat on a bath towel and just lay it across my counter, or if I'm going to do a load of laundry, I'll lay it across the top of my dryer so that it dries just a little quicker, and that will take out all those ripples and make it lay nice and flat. And that's how you make the Queen Anne's lace scarf. And remember, practice a little bit, get used to those turns, and before you know it, you'll be whipping out one of these beautiful scarves in no time.